Are you financially stuck? Well, most people unknowingly sabotage their financial future by making the same mistake over and over again. This has to stop. So today, I'm revealing the 5 biggest financial blunders that hold you back from building wealth and how you can avoid them. Let's dive in. Mistake number 1: living beyond your means. It's so easy to fall into the trap, especially in a world where credit is readily available and societal pressure encourages us to keep up with the Joneses. You might be tempted to buy the latest gadget, dine out frequently, or go on an expensive vacation. But if you're spending more than you earn, you're setting yourself up for financial stress and long term debt. Think about it. Every dollar you spend beyond your income has to come from somewhere. And more often than not, it's from credit cards or loans. This can create a cycle of debt that becomes increasingly difficult to escape. Quick tip: the key to breaking the cycle is budgeting. Start by tracking your income and every single expense for a month using apps like Mint or YNAB. This can make it easy for you. Once you know where your money is going, create a realistic budget that includes saving as a priority. Aim to save at least 20% of your income each month. This might mean cutting back on non-essential expenses, but in the long run, it will pay off. Remember, it's not about how much you make, but how much you keep. Mistake number 2 is not having an emergency fund. Life is unpredictable, and without a financial cushion, an unexpected expense can derail your financial progress in an instant. Whether it's a medical emergency, a sudden job loss, or a major car repair, these things can happen to anyone at any time. And if you're not prepared, you could end up relying on high interest credit cards to cover the costs. An emergency fund acts as your financial safety net. It's there to catch you when life throws you a curveball, so you don't have to resort to debt or dip into your long-term savings. Here's a quick tip. Start by setting aside $1,000 for immediate emergencies, then work towards 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses in a separate, easily accessible savings account. This money should be liquid, meaning you can get to it quickly without penalties or loss of value. Do not invest your emergency fund in stocks or any volatile assets. This is not the place for risk. Mistake number 3: not investing early enough. This is one of the most costly mistakes you can make. And yet, so many people delay investing because they think they need a large amount of money to get started, or they feel overwhelmed by the idea of investing. The truth is, time is your greatest ally when it comes to investing. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow, thanks to the power of compound interest. This is the phenomenon where your investment earnings starts generating their own earnings, creating a snowball effect over time. Quick tip: don't wait until you have thousands of dollars to invest. Start with what you have, even if it's just $50 a month. Use platforms like Robinhood, Acorns, or Betterment, which allow you to invest small amounts automatically. The key is consistency. Over time, even small investments can grow into significant wealth. For example, investing just $100 a month at an 8% annual return could grow to nearly $150,000 in 30 years. Imagine what you could achieve if you started even earlier or invested more. Mistake number 4: ignoring high interest debt. This one is the silent killer of financial progress. High interest debt, like credit card debt, can compound quickly, making it harder to pay off the principal amount. It's like trying to climb up a down escalator. It's exhausting and you're barely making any headway. Let's say you have $5,000 in credit card debt at an 18% interest rate, and you're only paying the minimum payments each month. It could take you over 20 years to pay off that debt, and you'll end up paying nearly $10,000 in interest alone. That's money that could have been invested or used to improve your financial situation. So here's a quick tip. Use the avalanche method to tackle this debt. This means you focus on paying off the debt with the highest interest rate first, while making minimum payments on your other debts. Once the highest interest debt is paid off, move on to the next highest. This approach saves you the most money in interest and helps you get out of debt faster. And once you're debt-free, take the money you were using to pay off debt and start investing it instead. And finally, mistake number 5, failing to plan for retirement. It's easy to push this off, thinking you have plenty of time. But the reality is, the sooner you start planning, the more comfortable and secure your retirement will be. Many people underestimate how much money they'll need in retirement and don't start saving early enough. Others rely too heavily on social security, which may not be enough to maintain their current lifestyle. The key to a successful retirement is to start saving early and consistently. Quick tip: if your employer offers a 401k match, take full advantage of it. That's free money. If not, consider opening an IRA and contributing regularly. Aim to save at least 15% of your income for retirement. And don't just set it and forget it. Review your retirement plan annually to make sure you're on track. Let's recap the 5 common financial mistakes and what you can do to avoid them. Number 1, living beyond your means. Stick to a budget that prioritizes saving at least 20% of your income. Remember, it's about how much you keep, not how much you make. Number 2, not having an emergency fund. Build an emergency fund that covers 3 to 6 months of expenses to protect yourself from life's unexpected events. Number 3, not investing early enough. Start investing as soon as possible, even with small amounts. The power of compound interest works best over time. Number 4, ignoring high interest debt. Use the avalanche method that we spoke about to pay off high interest debt first, saving you money in the long run. Number 5, failing to plan for retirement. Start saving for retirement now. Maximize any employer matches and aim to save at least 15% of your income. These mistakes are common, but they're not inevitable. By being proactive and making smart financial decisions, you can set yourself up for long-term success and financial freedom. So, now that you're aware of these common mistakes and how to avoid them, it's time to take action. The decisions you make today will shape your financial future. So make sure you're on the right path. If you found this video helpful in any way, hit that like button and subscribe to the Wealth Studio. You don't want to miss what's coming next. In our next video, I'll share a powerful strategy that could potentially double your savings in half the time. Sounds too good to be true? Make sure you're subscribed.